So they asked me, it's like, do you want to sing? And I'm thinking to myself of, I made this vow that I will never be the replacement guy for an iconic, vital member of a band ever again. So now I'm going to be the lead singer and lead guitar player of Asia. What do I say? Okay. But, it was going to be something very tasteful, like during one of the ballads, big screen just showing all, the life of John Wetton in the background. It was really, truly a celebration of his music and the band. And that's what it was intended to be. So I said yes. And then I realized, I was like, wait a minute, I don't sing like John Wetton. I need to make sure, like I started doing my homework. I started going to old guitar magazines, seeing the gear that Steve Howe used and how I could take my Line 6 Helix and emulate the tones.
Sure.
And actually, Steve Howe also uses a Line 6 Helix now for everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I use the Helix Native on a lot of my recordings. It's great.
Phenomenal. Yeah. And what I love is that you could take what's in the native plugin and you could take those same presets and put them into your pedal, and it's identical. Right? Yep, identical. And to anything you make in the pedal, you can, export the preset and use it. So what you record with, you can do live with, and it's exact. So you don't have to try and recreate sounds in either way. So I was learning all the guitar parts and getting down my patch changes and everything. And then I had to get down all the vocal parts, which they're coming from two different people. So they anchor in different places.
Right.
If I was doing the bass line, it would be a lot easier to sing the part because the bassist sang and he constructed everything in a way meant for one brain to do.
There's a lot of internal polyrhythm happening.
Exactly. So just figuring out where parts have to connect and just getting that down and getting comfortable with it. So getting that, and then for some of the stuff I would need with my right foot to use a Voice Live, the TC Helicon, to change vocal settings to create a long reverb or a megaphone sound or even a smart harmony for something, and getting those down. So I'm really tap dancing up there, playing guitar parts and changing stuff with the left hand while singing, and changing stuff with the left foot and changing with the right foot, and just trying to make it look, comfortable, because I got to front the damn thing. So there was
how many hours do you think you invested into preparing yourself so that you could walk on stage and be 100% comfortable?
I spent 2 months every day for 8 hours. I would do.
That is fucking inspiring, man.
And I had to relearn how to sing, because normally when I sing, it's more of the, yeah, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he's the opposite. He would open up on more of the closed vowel sounds, is where he would hit his high notes, which is very unnatural for me. I was more of the, Michael Sweet, Bruce Dickinson,
yeah.
Like those guys, the very open, bright, vibrato. And John Wetton, I had no vibrato. He would just hit a note, like hitting this high E sound with no vibrato, la da da da. And you gotta just nail it exact. So figuring out how to get my body to comfortably do that and do it enough so that my brain would naturally default to that physically and not go to old habits once I'm staring at 4,000 people and the nerves are there. So just figuring out what to relax, what needs to, how, all right, you got to lift the back of the tongue and open the chest and not push, and let the nose, almost like a French ah kind of sound, resonate, and like all of that stuff, and get it where it would just become, without thinking, that's how I sing now, kind of thing.
I've already flooded your ears with shovels full of compliments, but I mean, you probably could have done a week of rehearsals and done the gig, but it wouldn't have been the same, and you would not have felt the same. And
You owe it to the audience. I wanted them to reminisce. I wanted to finish the show and not leave them feeling like that's not the feeling I get from Asia. That's not the feeling I get from the songs, from the music. I wanted them to feel that feeling like they just went back to, hey, me too, back right
Right.
back to it. And that's the thing. And I realized as I did my homework and I watched live videos of the band from their very first tour to the most recent things they did, and when there were different singers, and I realized that if I'm going to make people feel that way, I need to capture the tone of the vocals. Because if you sing with a different tone, it will hit people as much as if you change the melody or if you change the words.
Right.
It really has that much impact, and they're not getting the experience that they came there for. It's almost like rewriting the song if you do it with a tone that doesn't match what they came there to hear. So I needed to work my vocal tone to match that. Yeah.
I love Karabi, but it never sounded right when he sang Vince songs. I mean, he's great.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, Bob Dylan could never sing a Pavarotti song, but at the same time, Pavarotti could never sing a Dylan song, a Bob Dylan song.
That's a fact.